Greeted by skeletons before I had the chance to take a single step. Wow, that's a new one. Luckily, by now our equipment is on the level where a group of 5 skeletons is little more than a road bump. So, we get to enjoy the high-level dungeon music again, and a blood-red dungeon. In most games that would be incredibly worrying. This being Phantasy style, it probably means that the walls are covered in red gummy bears or something. Ah. What do we have here? A door. I've already told you we're the mischief makers. We're here to cause all kinds of mischief. Oh, I sure do love dungeons with lots of branching paths. Especially when I have no idea where I am. Oh well, so far the opposition is pretty anemic. I mean, I would say that they're only skin and bones, but they don't even have any skin. And immediately had my joke ruined by a vampire anyway, so let's forget that ever happened. No, I do not need any more flashes. In fact, I do not need flashes period, because I have the magic lamp. So, more branching paths. Oh dear. Now this was quite a bit of jump in difficulty here, really. We went from groups of low-level skeletons to a boss from only a few episodes back. Phantasy Star really is pretty interesting in its balancing. Please note the quotation marks there. Really, this was a boss only a few episodes ago, and now it's a standard enemy. Wow. This game does not pull any punches whatsoever. And that one encounter basically exhausted my party resources, so let's hope that that was a one-time event. Get some almond suns instead, and I still can't but think about the Polar Explorer. I mean, what inspired the name of this monster anyway? I mean, as far as I'm aware, there is no mythological creature called an Amundsen. Let's see, what do we have here? Hey. Ah. That was a bit of a dick move, Phantasy Star. A door that teleports you out of the dungeon. What can I say? I really did not expect that. Right, the party's current status is not quite as good as I would have liked, but I still think we have a chance, so let's brave this dungeon and see where we end up, I suppose. Right, so... oh, it's the skeleton welcome party. Really, they must... are these guys being put in my way just to slow me down, or are they actually supposed to be effective opposition? I mean, they can't even hit Odin, for crying out loud. But oh, look at that! When they actually hit Odin, who currently has the highest defense stat in the entire party, they do 11 hit points of damage. Now, keep in mind that the very first time we actually ran into skeletons, period, they did around 10 damage. Odin's defense has since that time increased by something like 170. It has not doubled, nor tripled, nor quadrupled, nor quintupled, nor sextupled. Oh, great. Not a pit trap. In any case, it has somewhere around octupled, and the skeletons now somehow hit for equal or more damage. I am not entirely sure how the math behind that works, honestly. But then again, the game so far has shown some very strange random number generation. And there was a red dragon hiding behind the treasure chest. I guess I should have expected that by now. Now, notice that the red dragon, which was a boss only a few episodes ago, managed to do 1 damage to Odin. That means that a skeleton sword is 11 times as powerful as the fiery breath of an adult red dragon. I rest my case. Also notice the widely varying damage output of our side as well. Meow hit for 2 hit points and then for 16 against the same enemy. That is an extremely large variance, and that is actually quite troublesome, because it is difficult to plan out a fight in Phantasy Star, because ordinary tactics cannot be relied upon. In most RPGs you will have at least a decent idea of how much damage you will do. I mean, it's somewhere between 50 and 80 maybe. I mean, that's a decent enough variance, but it's not more than 20% on either end. While in Phantasy Star you can do anything between 1 and 40 damage against a given monster. Which means that something that should be an easy fight over in a matter of a few turns suddenly turns into a 10-turn grind fest because you get unlucky. Well, as you noticed there, I decided that, having fallen down that pit trap, I was in no mood to explore a floor I had not visited before, so I am restarting the dungeon again. So let's try the same path we have, but try to avoid the pit trap this time. Oh yes, more red dragons. Wonderful. Here we go, stairs up, and 3-way splits. My favorite map feature. Oh, and it leads to a 3-way split which connects to a 2-way split. Wow. I am already lost again, and now I was blown up, which puts the entire party, apart from Alice, below 100 hit points. And now everyone is out of MP, which means that from now on we're just going to have to rely on luck. Luckily I at least brought some burgers. Not that they're that big of a help by this time in the game, but another staircase. Wonderful, that puts us on floor 3. I don't know how tall this particular ziggurat is, but knock on wood, I suppose. Note, actual knocking on wood is difficult in a dungeon built entirely out of red stone. Green robes in a red dungeon? Really? Oh, another treasure chest, and we get wonderful, a flash. What I always dreamt of. Let's see what this particular enemy can do, since he apparently will not let us run away. Seriously, if he casts thunder, I will... Oh. He actually just waved his stick about a bit and then he died. However, the chest he left behind did more damage than he did. Wow. Phantasy Star, everyone. Now this is a hilariously long hallway. Just keeps on going and 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 going and... Whoa, boy! I am very happy I managed to get away from that fight, because the party is in no shape to take on that kind of opponent right now. It is as if the game is literally listening to me, isn't it? Seriously, what are Dragon Ball Z characters doing in Phantasy Star anyway? And what is up with this hallway? It never ends. Get out of my way, sorcerer. Unless you are Johnny Rennicus, I'm not even breaking. Right, that's enough. I'm taking you down. Again, notice the damage variation there. Meow did 1 damage and then 19 against the same enemy in following turns. That makes for an average damage of 9.5, I suppose. I am growing very tired of this hallway. And of Titans as well. They sort of remind me of Bob Sap now that I think about it. I think it's the head shape. Ah, what do we have here? A door, which leads to more hallway. Ah, and another door. Thank God. Let's see what our reward is for all this. Right, sure. Now, notice here that it is not actually obligatory to fight the Caspa dragon, so it is possible to not have this gem when you reach this place. Wow.